Katie.
Hi, I'm Camilla.
And welcome to You're Gonna Be Fine, the self-development podcast with a chatty twist.
Please know that we are not professionals, just regular girls sharing from our own journeys to hopefully educate, motivate, and inspire you on yours.
So if you're dealing with something serious, please speak to a professional because at the end of the day, they are the experts, not us.
If you are enjoying the podcast, please rate, review, subscribe, and share with someone who you think would enjoy it.
It helps us more than you know to reach more gorgeous people just like you.
With that being said, enjoy the episode and remember, whatever it is,
you're gonna be fine. Hi guys, welcome back to your favourite podcast, You're Gonna Be Fine. On today's episode, we are going to be talking about 6 things we did that changed our lives. And before we go into the episode, before we even go into our oh fucks, I need to say, how clever do we look today?
I feel like I'm sitting up straighter. We've both got glasses on. And Katie, I said to Katie, I was like, oh, yours are not prescription. I'm basically dressed as Katie today. I said we've done Freaky Friday. I think they're making me a bit cross-eyed, I'm not going to lie. But I do really like them. I feel like I'm sitting up straighter. I've got more to say.
Love it.
Yeah.
Power move with the glasses. It's so funny that you actually thought that I wore glasses. No, they're blue light, honey.
That's
and
so
to be
funny.
honest, they are blue light, but it's an accessory, isn't it? I feel like
100%.
glasses are just like wearing a necklace.
Yeah, but that's so funny. She was like, I have absolutely perfect vision. And as someone who does not have perfect vision, in fact, -7, I am riddled with jealousy. But yeah, so exciting.
So what's your oh fuck of the week?
So my oh fuck of the week this week is the fact that, and this is actually quite, and it sounds funny, but it is not funny. I don't find it funny. I've been like researching what's going on. Basically, I fear that my dog hates me. He absolutely, no, you're both laughing, but it's a really, really sensitive topic because I do everything for this dog and we've had a really loving relationship for the last 2 and 3/4 years. I feel like he's turned 3, so that's 21, and he is a knob. Like, he is a knob. No, I'm not. Yeah,
Norris the knob.
He is such a knob, but he's only a knob to me. Like, he's obsessed with Sam. He's obsessed with my mum. We sit, so I take him on his walks, and he ignores me all day, all night. Like, he just literally will not engage with me, doesn't want to snuggle. And it's very bizarre because Norris is so loving. But I'm starting to just really internalize it. And it does sound funny, but I'm literally really upset because it must be how parents feel when they do everything for the kids, on a much larger scale, I'm sure. And then they just don't get any recognition. I know he can't thank me, but still you can cuddle me. It's just a real shift. It's since he turned 21, he just doesn't want to be associated with me. You're laughing. Because he loves you.
Understand.
That's why you're laughing.
No, I can understand why you would feel hurt by that. It's just
trying
the way,
to life coach me.
Just...
I can understand why you feel sad about that, but also get a fucking grip.
Always validate the emotion.
Yeah, step one. But yeah, it's just really upsetting. I've started to say to Sam, and even Sam's noticing it, and he'll be like to Norris, go and play with your mum. Go and give your mum attention. And it's just really bizarre. I don't know what's going on, but I'm researching at the moment.
And what's the research told you?
So apparently he's taking me for granted. So, which makes complete sense.
Because he is.
Because he is taking me for granted. Calvin's got his head in his hands, literally. You can't be a dog owner, Calvin. You can't own a dog because this is very personal. It is. But I've had that realisation and I don't know what to do about it. Probably need to speak to Tony about it, the therapist. It's just it's really affecting my self-esteem though.
Oh gosh,
and it makes me not want to, I don't know, he doesn't want to be around me. So I'm well, I don't want to be around you. I don't want to be around negative energy. I cut people off, don't I?
You can't cut your dog off.
A dog is for life, not just for Christmas. And I truly, truly believe that.
Of course. But you know what though?
Situation.
Relationships have peaks and troughs.
Yeah.
And maybe you're just going through a bit of a sticky patch at the moment.
With
With Norris. I would speak to Tony about this, mainly because of how it's affecting you internally, not because I think he'll give you advice. But anyone listening to this, I'm laughing because I don't have a dog.
Yeah, and Calvin's pissing himself because I don't need
you don't have a dog,
do you have a dog?
I like cats.
Oh! Ew! I think that's so funny. Delivered the line with such gumption. I like cats. Wow.
But we don't like you.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
So yeah, that's
no,
my
but if any
overthought.
listeners are thinking, oh my God, I relate, please, let us know any solutions to that problem, because it's niche. I can't help you.
It's very, very niche, but
Yeah.
that is, I can't help but notice it, to be honest, and voice it. So what was yours?
My oh fuck of the week was actually just a funny story. It wasn't actually anything to do with me, but basically me and James sleep in eye masks, and we ordered these eye masks called Halo. Have you heard of them?
I've got one.
Oh yeah, so they're like padded around the edges,
unreal.
and they're amazing. And so we are going to bed, put on the eye masks, just like about to drop off, and his phone goes ding. So he's obviously forgot to put it on silent, and he's like, oh fucking hell. So he rolls over, and I hear him pick up his phone, and I hear this frantic like him like twatting his phone with his finger, and I can hear him like muffling to himself, this fucking phone, fucking piece of shit, broken, fucking blah, blah. And he goes, oh fucking hell, I've got my mask on.
No way.
So because
oh my God,
in those masks you can fully open your eyes because they're padded.
Yeah.
He thought that the phone was broken. And it was so funny because when he did take off the mask, the light was glaring,
literally blind. Oh,
because obviously there was nothing wrong with the phone. So I honestly, I kid you not, guys, I was crying real tears because I could relate so hard, because my eyes were open too, but it was pitch black. So I was just honestly
on the floor. That is so funny. That is really hilarious.
Was
I like that.
It was James's oh fuck of the week,
but
really.
we can take it. You saw it. That is definitely a good one. I like it. That is. You know that those masks are really good, but they do give me acne, aka forehead acne. Like I wash mine. I have to wash it like twice a week because I must be like. I know that I'm sweaty.
Have you got a more oily skin naturally?
Yeah.
So
I'm looking at yours, and you've literally got nothing like going on there at all. Like
what's in acne?
Yeah, you've got nothing.
No, but I've got like dry to normal
so
skin.
It's really
so
annoying.
Maybe not.
That's the only thing. It needs to be washed a lot of times, but it is good. Acne. Fun.
Okay, so 6 things we did that changed our life. Hit me with it. What's number 1?
Number 1, I'm actually going to go in with the more, they're not trivial because they've literally changed my life, but the smaller ones. The trivial things that have changed my life. It's such a prominent episode, such an important episode. I'm like, let's go in with we'll work up to the biggies.
Yeah.
Because the first one is actually prioritizing sleep. Now, this really has changed my life. And I have to give credit to Sam for this because he's very disciplined when it comes to sleep. And I think that is a good habit that I've learned off the back of him. But also I've done a lot of research into sleep and obviously life expectancy, the correlation with REM sleep. So I've been really focusing on that sleep as well. And that all goes hand in hand with like no blue light before bed, like phones, etc. So it's been a well-oiled machine. Like when I say I've been focused on sleep, it encompasses all of those elements underneath. So, what you're consuming before bed, what you're drinking, what time you're exercising, all of those things. But being conscious of your sleep is really a game changer. Helps you live longer. The studies literally show that. So an Oura ring was one of the things that I actually bought that's really, really good for helping monitor sleep. Sam's got one as well, which is funny because obviously one of the earlier episodes we were talking about a prank that I played on him, which was a ring box that Sam opened and it had a middle finger that bedoinged. I don't know how else to say that. It bedoinged up in his face.
What a verb.
Yeah, is that a word? Should be. It bedoinged up. It like sprung in his face basically and he was like crying about it. Anyway, he got one, the spoiled brat, for his birthday. So now we always compare our sleep score. And I'm like, what did you get? And his sleep score is always like 90, 95, which is crazy.
Wow.
Mine's always like 80s. But it's really interesting because it makes you want to improve it. So it's really, really good. And there's nothing like a good night's sleep for productivity, for how you speak to yourself, how you speak to others. So it has been life-changing for me. Probably the last 2 years I've been focusing on sleep. And that has been the biggest indicator that I'm actually making progress with it because I've got more energy, I've got more creative ideas, and I just feel like I'm a lot lighter. I used to get at 3 p.m, I'd just be really zonked and I would be partial to a nap, I can't lie. I used to love a nap and I've not napped in years, like 2 years, and that is from focusing on sleep. So I definitely think that that's been a life changer for me. And if anyone's got any tips or tricks as to how to better improve sleep from there, I'm a very high maintenance sleeper. I have the mask, I have the earplugs. I'm like, I can't sleep without either of those things as well. So yeah.
That's what I was saying to you the other day on a voice note, because you said, oh, I didn't do such and such because Sam said, right, it's bedtime. And I replied, didn't I? Wow, loving the sleep discipline from Sam. Really
he's so good with that because it was Love is Blind, because I watched half of it. I went back and finished it.
Oh, did you?
He was just like, right, that's it. And I'm like, but we've not finished the episode, which I think is criminal. I was like, we need to at least finish it. But he is so good with that. And it's really like exercising a muscle, obviously. The more you are strict with yourself with your bedtimes. And it's actually really interesting because actually going to bed at the same time every night is better for you than the amount of sleep that you actually get. It's more important to have that routine with sleep. That's why shift patterns, like shift workers, their life expectancy is like 20 years. Don't quote me on these stats, but 20 years, sometimes less than the average person with a normal job, because their sleep is so disrupted. And obviously they're going to sleep at different times. It really affects them. So having that routine and structure for your sleep is so, so important. And it's actually called the circadian rhythm, which is a great word. Yeah, really, really good. So if you want to learn more about your sleep and your circadian rhythm, then give that a Google and find out more about that.
Yeah, it plays a massive part in immunity as well. Last year when I worked with that gut health doctor, the first thing he said to me is, what time do you go to bed and what time do you wake up?
Yes.
And so he said exactly the same thing. If you want to improve your immunity, you have to go to bed and wake up at the same time.
Great.
Yeah. And also just on the Oura ring. Oh, sorry.
Go on.
Sorry. Just on the Oura ring, James got a Whoop. It lasted all of 4 days because the sleep debt, it collects sleep debt. So it tells you how much you owe. And because James is such a bad sleeper, he was like, I can't deal with this, I'm in debt. So it was literally, he wore it for like 4 days and then got rid of it
back. I actually wasn't a Whoop fan at all. I got one 2 days I lasted.
Oh, really?
And they do strain instead of steps. Like they don't tell you how many steps you do. It's all about strain, and I didn't like that.
Oh, okay.
So mine went back as well. But I was going to say how funny that when it comes to sleep, obviously after my Newcastle birthday plans, we went to bed at a different time to normal, and it fucked us up for like 2 weeks afterwards. Literally, our circadian rhythm really did suffer. We should have been like to the girls, we need to wrap this up because our circadian rhythm, but I feel like no one would have wanted to come again. But didn't that fuck us up for a long time?
A whole week I was just done in. Completely.
Because we'd gone to bed at a different time.
Even a weekend bedtime is 10 p.m. for me, max. And we were out till 2. And I was ruined, royally ruined.
What's your point?
So, I mean, you said, it's making me laugh that you just said, I'm going to start with the trivial one. I'm probably starting with the biggest thing that's ever happened to me in my whole entire life.
To be fair, sleep isn't trivial. The next one was trivial. To follow that.
So obviously the thing that changed my life is the fact that I stopped drinking when I was 24. Woo! So 6 years sober in November, which is great because we booked to go away, haven't we, to celebrate the 6 years sober, which is so exciting. And the reason why it changed my life is obviously because I've not been hungover in 6 years. I got so many days back of my life and time and money and peace of mind, all those things. But the main thing why it changed my life is that it showed me who I actually am as a person, because I hid a lot probably behind my drinking, and actually it's built so many things within me. It's allowed me to be more self-confident, have more self-respect, and actually go after the things that I wanted in my life. And every single thing that I ever wanted when I was 24, day one sober, I have in only... Well, I got them before today, but it doesn't take a long time for you to get the life beyond your wildest dreams in the grand scheme of your life when you make a big decision like that. And even though it was the hardest thing I've ever done, it's by far the best thing I've ever done because I did it for me. And for you, it might not be that you need to stop drinking. It might be, a plethora of other things that you need to do to change your life. But the point is, do the thing you're scared of. And that's why I wanted to to talk about this is because the thing you need to overcome is the path. Like that is what what's that phrase that James always says to me? The pain is the truth.
Oh yeah, true. It really is.
The pain is the truth, and it's so true. Like whatever's the most difficult is the most necessary. So yeah,
I love that one. And I think, yeah, like you said, and even if it's, you know, we're not telling people that you need to stop drinking.
No, of course not.
But could you look at your drinking a little bit? And if it is a bit of an issue and it's taking up a lot of your weekend and your thoughts more than anything, can you just change the way that you drink? Like,
such a good point. I'm so glad you said that, because that is it in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Normal drinkers don't think about drinking. Problem drinkers can't stop thinking about drinking.
So that's a good way to identify which category you're in.
Exactly. So I always say to people, if you're thinking in your head, I'm going to moderate tonight, I'm only going to have one or two, and then you're having one and you're thinking, I'm only going to have one more, I'm only going to have one more, I'm only going to have... Do you think a normal drinker's weighing it up like that? No. Only people, and this might be quite confronting for you to listen to this, so soz not soz if this is hitting a chord, but it's the reality of, you know, the pain is the truth. If that is something that you feel is you may want to look at your drinking, because what a waste of mental space. Imagine all the things that you could be thinking of and actioning if you didn't have drinking taking up 99.9% of your headspace, because it is a drain. Massively.
Really, really good point there. And I think, we said in a previous episode, drinking can be used to mask emotions.
Yeah.
And that's what you were doing to an extent. That's what, and actually thinking about it, you know how I went on that midweek bender a few weeks ago?
This is actually so funny. You need to tell this story. Tell the full story.
Literally. But that was, thinking about it was to mask, and I'm, just a disclaimer, this is wild for me, because Lord knows, I'm not a fan of drinking at all. Don't get me wrong, I'll have a glass of red wine. I love it. But normally you'd have to push drinks on me. I'm not wanting a drink ever.
Yeah.
But it was so bizarre. Midweek, it was a Wednesday. I'd gone to visit my Uncle John, who's I just love old people, don't I?
Yeah.
And he was plying me with red wine. And then I called Sam and he was on the way home from work, and I was just hey, I was please can you pick me up a bottle of red wine from the shop?
And
he was
come again?
What?
What?
He was it's a Wednesday. And he was what the fuck's going on? So I was literally just I feel like it went even weirder as well. Got home, I was just blasting out the music, the tunes. I was actually listening to this song Daisies, which Katie said she had her in a chokehold. And I was this is not even a good song. And it finally hit me on that Wednesday. I was this is a sick song. I need to apologize,
so
Katie.
Catchy.
So I literally, just had a completely out of body experience this Wednesday night. Was just knocking back the vino. I was to Sam, I was please will you have a glass? He was I've got work tomorrow. I was so have I. I was just this is so odd. And then I remembered, this is so out of character as well. And hopefully my mum and dad don't listen to this. But it's literally such it's a never occurrence, can I just say. Anyway, found this really old packet of cigarettes in the drawer in the cabinet, in the miscellaneous cabinet. And I was fuck it. I was I'm having a cig. I'm having a glass of wine and a cig.
On the back step.
Yeah, I'm sat on the back door where all the neighbours can see, a bottle of wine just there, a glass of wine and then a cig. And I was just yes, very Carrie Bradshaw of me. Honestly, hated every minute of the cig. Probably took 1-2 puffs. I was I was okay, the dream's kind of crumbling now. Put that out. But I just felt like a bad bitch for a little minute. I was I'll never do that again, because it's just it was the novelty of it. But when I told you were what the fuck?
Honestly.
So out of character.
My jaw was on the floor when she was telling me. Then when she said about the cig, I was what? I just can't imagine you with a cigarette.
I know. It's just not on
it's
brand
so weird.
at all.
I bet Sam was what the fuck?
Sam
Call
was
the fucking police.
Sam was worried. He was one more day of this and I would have had to have
Check
done
you
an
into rehab.
intervention. Yeah, I know, literally. But luckily after that I was I've got it out of my system.
So funny. But the point is you're saying is that you felt like you were doing that because
I think probably
you were going through a lot.
I wanted to be a bit of a rebel maybe, but also in the same breath it was the Wednesday and it was the funeral, my granddad's funeral on the Friday. So I was probably I was doing a speech at the funeral, so I was a bit nervous about that. And I was like, I want to just forget for a bit.
Yeah, pause.
But then if I went to that constantly to forget, I just did it as like a bit of a novel, just as a one-off. But say I did that again when there was something, I would know that I'm like, right, you're doing the same. It's no longer a novel, funny thing now.
No.
Because you're doing it again and again and again. And a midweek, like, bottle of wine.
No, that's now a problem.
Yeah, exactly. So I've said it now on the pod. So if I'm like, happened again, you'll be like...
The first step is admitting you are powerless over alcohol, Camilla. Okay. My mum's actually stopped drinking and my dad downloaded the AA app onto her phone because my dad does AA. He's 30 odd years sober. So as a joke, he uploaded the app onto my mum's phone. And so she's done really well. She's literally like, I think like 4 or 5 months sober now. And she's not a problem drinker. She just had a bit of a health scare and thought, why am I doing this?
Great.
And so, she feels amazing for it. But every week, my dad's like, and what would you like to share with the group?
Oh, I love that.
She's got problems open. And he's allowed to take the piss out of AA because he's in AA.
Yeah.
So
100%. I love that. Yeah. And obviously my dad has been sober for 30 odd years as well, which is crazy. But that's, is that your point?
That's my point. Yeah. So what's yours? What's number 2 of yours?
Number 2 of mine is actually electrolytes.
Yes.
Now, I'm not like plugging. Well, I am kind of plugging because I love them, but I'm showing the screen what my favourite electrolyte brand is.
QVC again.
Humantra are my favourite, but there's loads on the market that you can have. But seriously, like, it goes kind of hand in hand with like not feeling tired and the point earlier, but it has been a game changer the last, I'd probably say, year or so. I have 2 of those a day. And I don't know, obviously you never know whether it's the placebo effect or whatever, but I do think that having electrolytes it helps my energy a lot. Like, because when you're dehydrated, you get tired.
Yeah.
There's that correlation. So I am the most hydrated I've probably been. Like, my skin's improved, energy's improved. And I just feel like I am fueling my body with the right stuff because I do sweat a lot as well when I'm working out, when just daily, actually. Here, I'm sweating, seriously.
It's 100 degrees
you're sweating out those good salts.
Yeah.
And those are putting them back into the body. So obviously there's been loads of studies on electrolytes and stuff, and I'm always open to different studies and various opinions. But for me, I do feel like they have been a game changer and they've changed my life. And I feel like that's something that I've actually not, we've spoken about a lot of life-changing things on previous episodes, and that's why I wanted a bit of a curveball one that's not super deep. It's a very easy fix in that you just can buy Humantra or you can buy a different, there's loads of brands out there. And it's a juggernaut that's really taken off. And in Dubai, it's really interesting because they are so big in Dubai because the water doesn't have any good salts in, so they have to have electrolytes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So obviously that's a really good business for, in fact, one of the guys on The Apprentice, my year, he had a rehydration sachet business, but he actually made the mistake back then of marketing it as a hangover cure and put himself in that bracket. And Lord Sugar was like, I don't want to be associated with drinking. But he's now been super smart and pivoted to be, electrolytes, rehydration, and it's huge, and he's absolutely killing it, which is great to see. So
that's great. It's a great example of pivot.
Yeah,
isn't it? That's
really
incredible.
is. So have you ever tried?
No, James is massive on electrolytes and all that jazz and supplements and whatnot, but I haven't, to be fair. Yeah. Although I was in Boots yesterday and I was like, I had no signal now. I was trying to text you, but I had no signal.
Yeah.
And so I was at the Humantra thing and there was a couple of flavours. I was like, I'm going to get Camilla's opinion first before I dive in. But lime, did you say is the best one?
Himalayan lime,
I'm going to get some of that then and see. Because obviously I have an energy issue. Like I've been a chronic napper in the past when I was unwell. So anything that's going to keep me a bit more energised, I'm on board for.
Good. And I've got, I've actually linked my favourite ones on my Instagram. So you can go through when I've got my links highlights. So you can go through and get them on Amazon. So,
I will. I'll literally do that myself.
Yeah,
Perfect.
on my highlights. Go for it,
Great,
girls.
Love it.
And boys.
I actually didn't write this one down, but just off the back of what you're talking about with drinking, something that has really changed my life with regards to energy is when I was really ill a few years ago and I got this gut health doctor man, one of the first things he said to me was about the circadian rhythm, about sleep. But the second thing he spoke to me about was caffeine. And he basically said, you should not drink caffeine for the first 30 to 60 minutes of the day. Now, I used to be a person, you get up in the morning, you have a black coffee, straight into work, like the office. When I was working recruitment, I'd have like 5 coffees a day, like black coffee, and wondered why I then had gut health issues with no food. I'd literally just have it, like, honestly, so unhealthy. Then go do a Barry's. I was just like in such cortisol all the time. Yeah, literally.
That would be the epitome of
on the treadmill.
Unhealthy.
Yeah. And so when he said that, I was like, oh, this really feels like a strange thing for me to not wake up and just have caffeine, because I'd always done that. But for the past year now, I wake up and I either have a herbal tea or a ginger and lemon thing. And my energy in the day is miles better. I used to be a napper as well. I used to have to nap every single day because I would just crash and burn in the afternoon. Now I never nap. And I swear it's down to not having caffeine as soon as I wake up, because I'm no scientist, and he did tell me the scientific term, but I'm just going to try and explain it to you in simple terms. Yeah. Basically, in your brain, when you wake up, there is a chemical on the end of a receptor, I think, on your brain.
Sounds good.
Thank you. It's the glasses making me intelligent.
I'm like, tell
receptor.
Me more. Yes.
And basically, when you wake up, it takes 30 to 60 minutes for that chemical to leave the receptor, but caffeine blocks it. So what happens is when the caffeine wears off in the day, it then starts to leave the receptor, and then you get that lethargic feeling that you should have had in the morning when you were slowly waking up. So I think that since me doing that has made a massive difference, and also getting direct sunlight in your eyes first thing in the morning is great for your circadian rhythm. Yes. And that's really helped my energy levels as well. Yeah.
Robin Sharma actually says that before you do have caffeine, you should have a glass of water, because caffeine obviously dehydrates you massively as well. So maybe adding that in so you don't have it straight away, but even before you have your coffee. I suppose your herbal tea, you get in like a lot of water in that.
Well, my routine is I wake up, have a water by my bed that I do at night time. So I literally neck that first thing. Then I'll have my ginger and lemon, and then I'll stand in the garden, no shoes on, and ground my feet in the grass with sunlight in my eyes in my dressing gown. And I bet people think, why is she stood outside in the garden with no shoes on? That's bonkers. But I love it. I'm trying to ground myself in the morning.
Good.
It's a bit of a woo-woo thing. I don't know if that's woo-woo or not.
It definitely
but apparently
is.
Connecting to the ground.
Yeah, but I like that. I'm all for it,
apparently
honey.
It does give you energy. It connects you to the ground.
All the woo-woo. I literally had my eyes closed for half an hour. 11:11. I can't give you any shit for woo-woo, love.
That was like 3 episodes ago, by the way.
Yeah, but so go back and listen and watch, because it was funny. But yeah, that's a really good one. I like that.
Go on, what's your next one?
The last point that I have to make is, so something that I have coined, and this is a Camilla original actually, I have called it the priority pie chart.
Oh,
yes.
Love.
So basically, something that's changed my life is to imagine that you've got a pie chart, and the pie chart is finite. Like, you can't get any more out of the pie chart. And basically, the thing that's changed my life is to accept that you're not going to have any more time to give to people than this pie chart. So you've got to divide up who is most important and give them a segment, and basically stick to like who you're giving your time and energy to, and divide it up by, I know this sounds a bit depressing, but how much time they've got left to an extent.
Fair.
It's a big point, and it's quite powerful.
Yeah.
But like, my parents get a bigger section of the pie at the moment than like certain friends and whatnot, because they have got less time left. Like grandparents, they've got a big section, you know, because they haven't got loads of time left. And it's actually acknowledging we've got a finite amount of time to give to people, and actually being frank with who gets what section. And I've actually, because I woke up the other day and then I had to remind myself of the priority pie chart. And I felt really bad because my cousin had just had a baby. And I hadn't, well, not even just, it was like a few months ago now. Haven't seen the baby, like haven't really seen a first one. And then I thought to myself, I was like, but they've not seen me, you know, like there's been no, it's not like I've said no to like loads of plans. And it's like, there is a finite amount of time that we have to give. And it's almost like we can't be everything to everyone. So just acknowledging who the most important people are, put them in the pie chart with, you know, the priorities, and then go from there. And I actually just let myself off a little bit, because I just thought, you do a lot for I'm a big family person. And I do make the effort with like my Uncle John, who's like 80. I always made the effort with my granddad, like to make sure that I call him because we were a long way away, like my granny, my grandparents, and it's a lot of people. We've got to be a lot to everyone. But just like being nice to yourself, and actually it helps you with not just giving time to any Tom, Dick and Harry. Like that's why I'm so intentional with like networking events, so intentional with new friendships, because I'm like, well, I've got my priority pie chart here, and is there going to be is there going to be a segment for you? I'm not sure. The jury's still out. So it's about looking who you like spending time with, who's got what amount of time to give to you, and then just being going easy on yourself when you've maybe not given someone in your external circle some time. Because like, has my cousin messaged me to see me, like, and you know, it's kind of, we know that and we know that if we were to see each other, it would be fine. But I just did wake up feeling really bad about it, and actually did nothing about it, which is not like me. But then I actually thought, well, no, because you're going to be spreading yourself so thin. So that's been a really big thing for me, that I think is quite useful.
Love that. I'll be taking that. Good. Definitely. Yeah. So my final one is learning how to separate myself from my thoughts. And I've gotten really good at this in probably the last 2 years. I've meditated since I stopped drinking, sometimes really consistently, sometimes a bit sporadically, but now I meditate every other day, every 3 days, roughly.
Great.
And it's been amazing because it's taught me how to separate myself from my thoughts and my emotions. And there's a really good thing called Name Your Brain, which I would recommend anyone to do if you're trying to practice separating yourself from your thoughts. And it's basically, you give your brain a name. So mine's called Karen.
Love that.
Katie and Karen.
I feel like that's not a nice name for your brain. Okay.
Exactly. So you pick a name. Yeah. So you pick a name for the not nasty side of your brain.
Right.
So the side of your brain that is not you, the side of your brain that is self-critical, self-doubt, judging, you know, all these quote unquote negative things. And so when Karen pipes up saying, you're not good enough, you won't be able to do that, she doesn't like you, that was annoying, all these things, I go, Karen.
Yeah, good.
I know you're trying to help me. You're trying to keep me safe, because that's all that your brain is doing, is saying, you know, it's telling you all the threat to try and keep you safe. Yeah. It's just how we've evolved. But if you're able to say, Karen, I know that you're trying to protect me and I understand where you're coming from, but I actually don't need that right now. I'm aware of what I need to do. Thank you. It sounds bizarre, but it is so amazing.
Yeah, I like it.
Because it teaches you to pause as well. And what do there's been a bit of a theme recently about respond, not react for us, like pause, you know, and naming your brain is a really, really helpful tool that will be able to help you do that. So that's definitely changed my life.
A life changer. Great.
Massively.
I love that one. I want to know what mine's going to be called. Does it have to be same sex, like, for you to be able to
it can be called anything, but I just like it being K and K, because then it's like Katie, Karen, it's like part of the same thing. And Karen does have a bit of a negative connotation to it, so it's just funny. But it could literally be anything. Literally anything that you feel is suitable for you.
Great, I'm going to have a little think.
So have a little think and let us know on the next episode what you've named your brain.
Jeremy sprung to mind. Like, that was the first thing that came in my mind. I was like, Jeremy. Yeah,
we'll
sitting in the tree. Yeah, maybe. Jeremy, stop that right now. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, really good. On that note, I feel like we've given you 6 very good points, varied. That wraps up the end of our episode today, guys. So first and foremost, we want to say thank you so much for being here. And then secondly, we would love if you could share this episode with someone that you think would love it. We have given you so much value within this episode, loads of varying points that can just tweak your life to make it improve even more. So yeah, please do like, subscribe and share, and we'll see you again next week. Bye.
Bye.